Wow, I shouldn't switch from stable to nightly, from nightly to stable so often. When I'm testing shit, it takes a long time to build the overlay. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's almost there. There it goes. Let's see if it's working. It is working. Cool. All right. So we got kiwi and we got coily. Well, number 8 wire, which falls down to the bottom and then turns into coily and then falls to its death. Okay, cool. So we need to make it chase things now. Actually, it'd be good if it didn't change its sprite until after it landed. I wonder if I can make that happen. It needs to land and then wait, and on the next move, instead of jumping off, it needs to change its sprite. Where would that be? Number 8's got a post move and a move counter. I think we might want to do it not in the post move, but kind of in the movement phase. Or actually, because we're doing that, it's going to automatically convert back to the other one, so we don't really need this. We do need coil state uncoiled, but we don't need this, I think. And so then let's take tile pause out of here because we don't need it right now. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we can go, we can see if that actually works. Oh, come on, Rust Analyzer. Wake your ideas up. Seriously? Okay, stop. Somebody do it. I don't care who builds. It could be Rust Analyzer. It can be the rest of the program. But somebody build. You know what? Let's do a clean build because we've been swapping between stable and clean and nightly most of the afternoon. Not make clean, you doofus. That's not Rust. Cargo clean. Now we do a slow build. Oh, we got ads. Oh, I could so use another cup of tea. But it's just a massive effort. It's a lot of effort. I don't need water left. No. I've got no hydration whatsoever. What kind of a streamer am I? No hydration, no cups of tea. No snacks of any kind. It's a worry. It's a considerable worry. I mean, I probably would have been able to make a cup of tea in the time it took to build. Chances are. Man, I'm tired. Never mind. Whoa, what on earth is going on there? What is happening? What? Linker issue? That's weird. I upgraded nightly, right? I think I did. Do I also need to upgrade mold or LLVM? That's very odd. The times when I should have bought an i9 and not an i5. But it was a lot of money. It was a lot of cash. Come on, little chip, you can do it. Coil spawn state is more private than the item number 8 spawn. Weirdly, it seems like it's actually going to build this time, but I could be wrong. Is that my partner coming home? Oh, they did build. Let's try running again. Oh, I have no idea what was going on the first time. So let's see, it should only change shape or change sprite once it moves off the bottom. Nope, it didn't. It changed shape before it got to the bottom. Maybe 5 is the wrong number to... 5 is the wrong number to change at. Kiwibert. Let's look at number 8. Move counter is 5. Coil state uncoiled. Maybe I should say 6. It kind of feels wrong. Let's try it. Oh, come on. Good old Rust Analyzer. Okay. Come to think of it, there was 6 moves, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3. Hey, Bazilli, how you doing? 4, 5, 6, and then it changes. Yeah, that seems right. It's gone okay. We're trying to make this little coil away. I chase this poor little kiwi bird. But first we need to get it to... what is unnecessarily moot? First we need to get it to change into its correct sprite. Oh, animation indices doesn't need to be? Yeah, fair enough. In fact, do we even need it at all? No. Okay, that's better. All right, how's it going with you? Oh, really? My audio or the game audio? I turned the game audio down last night because I was playing Rust Jam entries, Bevy Jam entries. Oh, my mic is a bit quiet. Maybe my voice is just a bit quiet. We'll see if I can do better about that. Okay. It has been a bit of a day. Maybe I'm just kind of muttering to myself. Now, so we're going to need some A-star pathing, which we already have in 6 ways to delve. So let's grab that. What do we call it? It's not in util, is it? I bet it is. Yep, it's in util. How bad is that? Util files suck. Yeah. Okay, return an A-star path. That's for hex tiles, but I'm sure we can adapt it. So let's create... One moment, I seem to be being messaged. Let's create a pathing crate, pathing module. So let's go. Oh, okay. And we're in pathing now, so we'll get rid of most of this. Ah, bugger. What register was it in? 0. Okay, so we need topos. All right, let's go to lib. And pathing. Incorporate that. We'd like one of those. Now we don't have an impassable, but I don't know that we need it this time. Wait a second. Aria's reading. That's incredibly nice of you. How you doing? Welcome. You've multiplied by 20-ish the number of people in this channel. Welcome. We are working on kiwibert, which is a game in Rust and Bevy Engine. And it's a clone of the classic kiwibert because I want to learn stuff about it and like how to use isometric tiles. It has sheep in it. And if you collide with a sheep, you say bugger. I'm sorry if that's a rude word in your country. But it's a very Kiwi word. At the moment, most of the enemies just dive off the edge of the screen and fall to their death screaming. But at the moment, we're getting to the point where we can have them chase after you. Oh, that's broken. That's interesting. What time is it where I am? It is 14 minutes past 7 in the evening. I wonder why my spinny thing is broken. Oh no, now it's going by itself. Okay, good to know. That's definitely a bug. No, go away. Thank you. I never used to be all that good at kiwibert when I was a kid, but it came out in 1982 when I was 10, so I had a little bit of practice. Oh no. Anyway, that's the cute little game we're developing. And we're currently trying to steal some code from another one of my games to implement A-star pathing. Thank you so much for raiding. What were you working on tonight? Feel free to raid and run if you need to. I know it's possibly quite late where you are. Okay, so we're probably not going to use Impassable. And tile storage we will need. Now, A-star comes from a library called pathing. I'm pretty sure you can get by just going cargo add pathing. You're fighting with Puzzle Script for a good couple of hours trying to learn its quirks and figure out some mechanics. Sweet. I don't actually know anything about Puzzle Script. But I do need to know where Rust pathing A-star lives. Pathfinding it's called. Right. You finished your assignment and handed it in with 4 minutes to spare. Sounds awfully familiar. Sounds awfully familiar. I remember this well. Okay, we got pathing now, so we can implement, we can hopefully it actually is included in a crate. It's included in lib. Source lib imports pathing. It's after midnight for you and you've got to be up early, so I'm indeed going to run. But good luck with your project. Thank you so much. And thank you very much for sharing your audience with me. I really appreciate that. Hope you have a good rest. Okay. So I think that it was telling us fibs when it was saying that it is not included. There it is. We want that one. And then we want axial pos. We might not need that because that's more about hexagons. But let's just get this running initially. I did import that. Topos already exists. And Impassable Q doesn't matter. Wow. Rust Analyzer is having a really hard time keeping up right now. Like a really hard time. This is unusual. What's going on with the CPU? Overlay's taking up a lot of it. OBS is taking up a ton of it. Uh-huh. Okay. Are states exclusively resources in Bevy? Can you add a state as a component? So kind of. This is one of the issues I have with states is they're very much a global situation. Like you can have a substate now. They just brought them in Bevy 14, but you can't really have a state that's associated just with a component. You can have component scope to a state, which is new. But if we look at the number 8 wire thing that I've got going on, whoa, that's not what we wanted. I've actually had to add little components called number 8 coil state, which isn't actually a state at all. It's a component. And it just gets chucked into the bundle of things that makes up that number 8 wire enemy, and then changed by querying it out of the component. Whereas state, like game state, is pretty much global. You know, you can't apply it to individual things. You can have individual things change. You don't get the fancy scheduling stuff. Kind of not, no. Like you can only really do that with states that apply to the entire game. So if I can get away with having a player state because there's only one player, right? But if I wanted, say, a sheep state, I'd have to apply it to every single sheep, if that makes sense. I like having a sheep module though that appeals to me on a number of levels. Okay, so let's see here. By the way, who's on for team that we can give a shout out to? Woodstone got my shout out. Excellent. Okay, so hopefully that improves in future updates. Yeah, I don't know how. Maybe there's already some kind of feature where you can apply that stuff to a single thing rather than to the entire game. So if we go to pathing, how badly is this still broken? Generate hexagon doesn't exist. Yeah, we know that. So I probably don't need it though. So what I want is I want to get the surrounding tiles. Now I can get the surrounding tiles. I already actually do that. I use neighbors on somewhere else. Let's find it. Yeah, square grid neighbors. Totally counts as a shout out. It wasn't automated shout out. You had a random chance of being shouted out. Get back to work, damn it. Okay. Yeah, so there's get square neighboring positions. And I think that would do basically the same thing. So what we might do is just yank that out of here and put it in here. And what we want is generate into iter. So what does generate hexagon return? Can we do the same thing? Because we're not going to be using axial positions. I don't think we need that. Really, all we need to know is what's surrounding the tile that the enemy's currently on. So what does get square neighboring positions return? And first of all, we're going to need to import it probably. So let's go. Man, I hate these freaking virtual texts. Need to turn it off permanently. Yeah, it still can't find it. So we don't need axial pause anymore. Neighbors. Okay, this is probably what we want. Okay. Now, player pause is probably going to be current pause. Yeah. Tile map size is an import. Pyramid side length is in map, I want to say. Yeah, and it's public. Okay. Now I can't intuiter. So it's returning what? It's returning neighbors tile pause. Is there a 2vac? What are we going? What are we talking about here? We don't actually need to map the axial pause to a tile pause. We've already got that. We really just need this bit, which tile storage just checks to see if that neighboring position actually has a valid thing in it, a tile, or if it's just blank, in which case they fall to their deaths, right? I don't imagine I can run a filter map on that. But what, first of all, what are you warning about? Oh, okay. So there's no issue, right? Oh, maybe there is? Collection in Twitter. Yeah. Checked get, pause, map, bind instead of map. Really? Yeah, I'm okay with that. If it is. Okay. So, what's the deal here? Type mismatch. Vec, option, I32, I32. Expected tuple. Found enum, standard option, option. Oh my god. Because it's an option? Is that what it's saying? Yeah, it does return an option. Ah, but we already do it down here. If let sum p equals path. So what is your problem? It's this, maybe? Current pause X and current pause Y? Huh. That's confusing. That is confusing. Yeah, I don't fully understand that. So it takes its tuple, start is the starting node, successes returns a list of successes for a given node. In other words, the next tiles, along with the cost for moving from the node to the successor, which will be 1. Then an approximation of the cost from a given node to the goal, and success checks whether the node goal has been reached. N needs to be an equal trait, hash trait, and clone trait. I think it's this. I can't do intuitor. And I can't do iter. It's not collect, is it? Because what I'm getting is not a it's not an ordinary vec, it's a neighbor's tilpos. So how do I convert that? I'm always going to want to spell neighbors with a U no matter what. So it's this. I don't want to include the diagonals. Neighbors from directional closure. So what am I supposed to, how am I supposed to get an ordinary iteratable object over that? Do I, like, is there an underlying structure that storage that I can use? They're all just option T. We got ads in a sec. Oh, what is up with that, man? How do I turn it into a collection that I can actually use? Like this, maybe? Iterate over neighbors in the order specified by square directions. So you do have iter. You have iter with direction. Yeah, that one. And then it goes square directions into iter, filter map directions, self-get direction. So, I mean, I was kind of on the right track, I feel like. Definitely not collect. That makes no sense. But it's now, if I do that, then I have an issue with the type mismatch. Oh, we got ads. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the A star does, but the thing that's I think is causing the problem is this, which returns a neighbor's tilpos. Although, to be honest, this is kind of working. So now I'm returning a vec, what I think is a vec tilpos, if I'm not completely mistaken. Let's go, actually, let's find it out. Let foo equals blah, blah, blah. And then foo. And that gives us vec option I32, 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 which I think is what it's complaining about. Yeah. As into iterator item. Expected tuple. Found option. So it's probably the option that it's having the problem with. So if that's the case, actually it's probably this. Because I took it out before. What is E in this instance? Entity. So if I look at the other one that I did, util. I did filter map pause, tile storage checked get, and then E. If impassable and pause does not equals P, then none, else sum. Which is why I was using filter map, I think. Yeah. If impassable Q get E is okay. Yeah, that's actually important. No, it's not. Impassable is just like if the tile has a rock on it or something like that. The and then and checked get is to determine whether the tile is actually valid or not. So, don't need that. Yeah, whereas here I'm just like flat out returning it. But it told me to change, and then the linter didn't like it. Or actually, Clippy didn't like it. Creates reference, which is immediately dereferenced. All right, fine. Using option and then, which is more succinctly expressed as map XY. Okay. Oh, so I wonder if the sum is actually unnecessary. Unused variable. Yes, you're right about that. Okay. Yep. So now it's happy. But am I actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Because I'm not feeding, well, it's not using X and Y, and it really should be. Should it not? Or maybe it shouldn't. Oh, so confusing. Okay, let's try it. So I need current pause, I need targets, and I need tile storage. Target is just going to be the player pause. So, all right. Let's see what craziness we can get up to. Let's go to number 8, movement. Currently, it's just using a random choice between two downward directions, which we're going to have to change. And we're going to have to consider what state it's in coil-wise. If it's uncoiled, yeah. Don't know how much of this can be wrapped in a block, but let's go with if coil state. Wait, is this matches? I feel like it's going to be matches. Number 8, coil state. Coiled. That isn't a thing. Pretty sure that's a thing. It is a thing. Huh. Yeah, we might need to do might need to be able to change that. Valid moves are all of them. Seems to me. What's your problem? Mismatched types? Yeah, that's true. Sure. Where do I use valid moves? Oh, there. So I don't really need it for the non-RNG stuff. So what we really want is to determine the A star here. Determine next move on path to player. So we don't really need that. And we'll figure out how to incorporate the rest of this. So we're going to need the player position. Do we have the player position? Probably don't even have a player query. No, we don't. Okay, so NOP player is query tile pause. Probably nothing else. With player. And then we got let okay player pause equals player get single else return. Very unlikely to fail that query. Now we also need the tile storage. Do we have that? Yes, we do, from the base layer. And what's the last thing we need? Oh, a list of targets. Yeah. Okay, so... Oh shoot, I needed that. Okay, so the current pos is its tile pos. But yeah, so we're going to want to call a star. What do I call the function? Find paths. Tile pos, which is our position. I think it's a reference. The storage. Actually, I think that's already a reference. And a list of targets, which is a what? Is it a vec? Yeah. And in this case, it's just going to be player pos. Now, how many things have we got wrong? Expected reference. Did I mean blah, blah, blah? That is not what I want. Wait, hang on. What did that say? Oh, yeah. Argument 2 of type vec. Did I get the order wrong? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, expected reference to tile pos, and I found a struct. Oh, right. So I haven't gotten... I haven't dug that out of the query. Yes, I have. Oh, what am I missing? My brain's too tired for the shit. Ah, here we go. And then a vec. Yeah, can I just go into? I actually can't remember. No. Definitely not. Oh, right, I just have to use the vec thing. Right? Oh, yeah. And finally, paths is unused. Now, what is paths at this point? Right, it's the it's a vec of vec, or a vec of tuple vec and lengths. So you're usually going to want the first one. And in 6 ways, how am I actually using that? So movement. If not paths empty, let positions length. Yeah, here we go. Okay. It's end path 0. Let next position is positions 1. Right, because end path 0 is the first path, and then position 0 would be the current position, I think. So new tile pos is going to be next position 0 and next position 1. Yep. Okay. What is your beef with this? Oh, yeah. So that can go. I think we're getting somewhere finally. Oh, dog check. It's a camera angle issue. Better. Okay. Now. So how do we combine these approaches? It's tempting to say that you have two separate functions and you only call one in one state and the other in the other state. But maybe that's an optimization. How do I find out, because I've got the tile pos now, but how do I find out what direction that's in? Because I've got this movement based on direction now. How do we figure it out? Oh, right. I actually don't need the direction. I would do... I kind of do because of the sprite manipulation. I could convert the tile pos back into a direction. Which seems like a huge waste of resources. Or I could just teleport for now. That seems kind of sucky. How do I get the tile pos to become a direction? I guess by getting the surrounding tiles again. Because when you do get surrounding tiles, it returns... If you look at neighbors... from directional closure. And you can iterate over it. Returns the entities associated with each tile position. Ah, that might be useful. But it's kind of the reverse of what I want. I've got the entities. I want the directions. Is cardinal, is diagonal. Neighbors tile pos returns neighboring tile positions for a tile position in a square grid. Yeah. How do I get back to the direction from the tile pause? Don't know. Oh, yes, I can. I can do something similar to this. Can I not? I could essentially rewrite that so that it does the reverse. So, for example, pub function get target direction, get direction from topos. Pause topos. I would need the current position as well. Target pause topos. Option topos. Let neighbors. Got to use the U because that's just the way it goes. Neighbors. Get square neighboring positions. Seems like a waste, but let's just roll with it. Current pause. And tile map size. X. Pyramid side length. Y. True. Actually, we don't want to return an option tile pause. We want to return a square direction. Or actually, we want to return a move. For dir in square direction north, square direction west, east, south, I imagine it's going to complain at me about that. Option move. Ah, yeah, can't use move. And then if neighbors get d, what is that going to be? Is an option T. Gets an item that lies in a particular square direction. Is sum return. Oh, this still doesn't work. God damn it. Is it really got to be? Oh god, this is going to be ugly. This is going to be so ugly. If neighbors get square direction north is sum. This can't be the way. Return. Oh, it's painful. It's very, very painful. Return move and E because of our wacky coordinate alignment thingy. Oh, this is bad. There's got to be a better way. There surely has to be. Okay, so that's sad and pathetic, but it is a thing that exists. So let's see if we can make it work for us. Back to this. And then we go let dir equals none, which is an option move, and this is mutable. Dir equals get direction from tile pause, new tile pause. Oh, so very sad and pathetic. Oh, we got ads. And then dir else dir equals valid moves choose mute RNG, which means that this does that, If there is some oh, okay. Is there any way we could change that? What about this? Can't be dereferenced? Sure. Why don't we just change the other function? Oh, of course. What was the... Okay, in that case... we'll just do... see if it has a lifetime issue. Actually, if you do copied, can't you get rid of the reference? You can, right? So why don't I just undo that? Oh, okay. All right. Move direction. We will eventually get there. Sure. And we don't use length. Okay. All right. We might actually be getting somewhere now. I wonder if this is enough to make it move upwards away from the edge. Let's find out. Nope. What do we got going on here? Pub enum move redefined here. Okay. Player RS and... what? What did I do? Must have imported the wrong thing somewhere. A lot of warnings to wade through. What is your problem? Yeah. Oh, we got a with and without conflict in kiwibert number 8 movement. Okay. I do hate these. It will be this. Which is always a bit annoying, but should work just fine. Seems to me. Okay, let's see if it gets to the bottom and starts not falling off. That was a long little stint without being able to run the game. I hate it when that happens. Okay. Oh. Well, it's not moving, but it's not falling off, so this is progress. I wonder where it thinks it is. If I collide with it, will it kill me? Hey, it moved! Oh my god. And then it fell off. Is it possible that it's running away from me? Interesting. See if we can get it to do it again. Not sure if they respawn at the moment. Maybe they don't. Alright, let's restart the game, see what was going on there. Okay, we're spawning. Would you just turn the other way, please? Come on. What? The odds of that happening are not high. Oh, interesting. It hasn't died. Is it going to come towards me? No. No, it's not. Ah, when I move towards it, it moves away. Interesting. I think it's running away from me. And then it falls off. Okay, well, something's obviously wrong, but at least it's not, you know, immediately diving off the place, so that's good. Maybe I'm passing the wrong positions, so we need some kind of debugging output here. So number 8 movement. If not paths is empty, else info no path to target. And then otherwise info move direction and tile pause and new tile pause. And then we want move direction, tile pause, and new tile pause. Okay, let's try that. Let us try that on for size. Man, I need a cup of tea. Okay, so we haven't changed yet. Oh, come on. Now we're about to change, so we get tons of our... Okay, no path to target. All right. For ages, basically forever. And then as soon as I come close to it, it seems to interrupt. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can get something useful out of this. Okay, move direction is northeast. Topos 4-4. New topos 5-5. Interesting. We're close. I think I'm misunderstanding something. Definitely misunderstanding something. So it thinks there's no path to target for a long time, and that's obviously wrong. I think I've misunderstood this. I don't think it's correct that I'm ignoring these values. So then I get neighboring positions using current pos. And I filter using checked get. And pos X, pos Y. Collect. Yeah, I'm not sure about ignoring X and Y here. Let's see if we can harvest a few paths. That's because you haven't got bevy. Oh, great. No? Okay. See if we can get a bit more information that way. Don't you dare come all the way to the bottom corner. Thank you. Probably just exit as soon as it gets to the last point. Okay, I don't have any paths. Okay. Hey, Fuzzy. Thanks, I needed that. Hang on a sec. I just have to do something. Sorry, just playing rude sounds. Okay, we're back. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine now. Stop that. Okay, so we never get a path that makes sense. Interesting. Get square neighboring positions. Iterate through those. Filter map. Should I just be... Can I print those? Maybe that'll be super spammy. Actually, let's turn off this because it's not doing us any good. Okay. Don't you come all the way down to the corner. Thank you. Okay, well, we get a lot of positions. We get 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5. We get a lot of positions. So none of those, it's coming back as valid. Maybe I need to include the diagonals. I am including the diagonals. I think. Maybe I need to output what the neighbors actually is. Seems to me. Good old debugging by logging. A disallowed placeholder name. What do you like? Clippy. Freaking Clippy. Freaking Clippy. Bloody Clippy. What do you like? Don't you come to the... Thank you. Okay, so it's getting... Oh, I didn't realize that they came back with the positions listed on them. So it's got tiles in every direction, or tile pos in every direction. Which is fine. But it's unable to... It's unable to translate that into... Yeah, I'm strongly suspicious that this is wrong. Strongly suspicious. Very suspicious with a touch of suspicion on top. I think it is incorrect. The nice thing is, once I get it right, I only have to do it once. But it's these isometric tiles that are mucking me around. Well, it's got stuff in it. The vector is not empty. It's claiming that we go to 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 7, 6, 7, 7, 7. I think 7, 7 was its current position. 6, 7, 5, 7, 5, 6, 5, 5. Huh. So maybe it's this weird conversion function that I've got going on. Okay, so we don't have a problem with getting a path out of this bit. P equals goal for P and targets. And the targets are a vec of tile pos. And path ends up being none quite a bit of the time by the looks of things. We can do this. Our brain is tired, but we can do this. Brain is extremely, extremely tired. Don't you come down in this corner. Thank you. It's always none. And when I come closer, then it starts to move, but it starts to move away. Okay, so it can only resolve to a distance of 1. And it moves in the opposite direction to what we want. So it can't resolve. It's resolving incorrectly for every other position than right next to it. We're passing tile pos, which is its own tile pos, a vec with the player pos in it, and storage. May as well just go info. Number 8, pause. Player pause. Oh, hang on. That was wrong. Okay, let's try that again. Just want to confirm that it is actually finding what we think is a reasonable position. Don't you do it. Thank you. Okay, so my pause, its tile pause is 5-5 and mine is 1-1, which makes perfect sense. So its path should be 4-2, 4-1, 3-2, 3-1. So it should go 4-2, 4-1, 3-2, 3-1, 2-2, 2-1, 1-1, and 1. So it should be able to path to me, but it can't. But it can when we do this. Or at least it can path away from me. It's taking evasive action, which is the exact opposite thing that you want a monster of some sort to do. Okay, so we know that those are sensible positions. So I am implementing this incorrectly because sometimes it's returning none and there shouldn't be any way it should do that. Checked get is returning an entity. Oh, this is wrong. It's only supposed to, that's why we were using and then. And it was saying, no, you shouldn't do that. Option and then, oh, we got ads. Option and then x sum y is more succinctly expressed as map x y. But it doesn't have the same meaning. It's because returns none if the option is none, otherwise calls f. Some languages call this flat map. So if I ignore Clippy, what is the result? Because I think really what we're after is something that just, because we're trying to do a check against tile storage to see if there's actually anything in the tile pos. Because if there isn't, it's just empty black space, right? Well, it's not doing anything. Same result? Yeah. We're back from ads. Checked get. Gets a tile entity if there's an entity associated with that tile position. So in other words, like a texture or whatever. Otherwise it returns none. And then returns none. And we're doing a filter map, right? Yeah. So that'll get rid of all the nuns. And pos is a what in this case? Pos is a tile pos. Iterates over neighbors. If a neighbor is none, this iterator will skip it. Oh, this is frustrating. I can feel the frustration building. I can see why it says use map instead of and then, because I'm ignoring the entity. But the nice thing about and then is it returns none. So is map really the equivalent? I don't think it is. More succinctly expressed as map xy. Visit bind instead of map. Try tile storage checked get pause map. Yeah. I don't think that's right in this case. But it's still not having the desired result. Let's have another look at our original. So we get a hexagon, which is the equivalent of our square. Into it, a map into tile pos. Then a filter map using checked get and then. It looks for impassable tiles, but that's not an issue for me. Otherwise, it uses sum and then collects. I don't know, man. I just don't know. So it might have to be one of those ones that I solve in the shower. Who's messaging me? My other half is on her way home. Which probably means it's close to bedtime. What is the time? Oh, it's only 8:30. Damn it, what am I missing? I don't have to convert into tile pause. I do have to filter map to get rid of any none values. And the reason I need to do that is because I need to check and see if the pause is associated with an entity. In other words, it's a real square and not empty space. So we've demonstrated that we're getting the correct vector here. Here. However, this bit, I don't even know if I'm supposed to... Maybe I should be using these values after all. Well, where was I using them in the other one? I need to create an axial pause. Oh, wait. Oh, I bet that's where I'm going wrong. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, that's where I'm going wrong. Oh, phew, that was driving me nuts. Tile pause X Y. Oh, man. Okay. That, I think, might actually work. Oh, this would be sweet if it works. Can't believe I missed that. It's because it has to be called over and over again. It's not like a single call function. Okay, we go to the bottom. Come on, little wire. I believe in you. Oh, something's happening. It's running away from me, and it's falling off the edge. But that's okay. Sort of. Because at least it's not freezing. So that's good. Why is it running away from me? Do I have the paths backwards somehow? By the way, does this get the same result? Because if it does, I could get rid of this warning, which would be really annoying. Which is really annoying. That wasn't the intended result. Oh, I see. Let's try that. Just to see if I get the same result. At least it's not freezing at the bottom. That's always good. I'll take that as progress. And it runs away. Okay. So why is it pathing away from me? Have I sorted it incorrectly? Feels like I'm passing in the arguments backwards or something like that. Number 8, movement. Okay, we're getting tilepause with player without number 8. And then we're getting tilepause with number 8. If we're uncoiled, get the player pause, find paths, tile pause, vec, player pause, and storage. If not paths is empty, well, let's start by getting a path. Path. Okay. Let's grab a path and see if we can dissect it. Don't you come in my corner? There we go. Right, so it'll probably be quite quick, so I'll just grab it when it comes out. Okay, so our path is 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, and 1, 1. Okay, we can't move like that, so maybe that's the problem. Because it's taking the straight diagonal path. So I'm going to have to prevent it. I'm going to have to restrict it to only use the moves that it can move. Which is the cardinal directions, basically. So I think we have to go... I think we're going to have to say false here. But I'm not sure. See if it changes the path. Okay, so 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1. That sounds a lot more realistic. Let's try that. So it would be, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. No, wait, 3, 4, no, 3. That's 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. 2, 4. No, that's still completely wrong. 2, 3. 1, 3. Yeah, it's trying to move along those diagonals. Which are the... oh, God, I don't know. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. But regardless, it's not, it doesn't seem to be moving in those directions. I wonder if my path translation is just wrong. Well, I don't think I'm going to solve it tonight. So I'm going to read out. And let's see if our pal Woodstone is still floating around. He is. Let's do it. Thanks for hanging out, team. Appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Maybe I'll figure this out.
Level of excitement, like level of happiness and excitement for you right now is just through the roof. Ah, yes. Ah, I love good news.